Yes, my people, really appreciate you taking time to click on this video. This channel is just going to be kind of like a trading journal in video form, but I'm going to keep it public so that anyone can follow along too. It's my first time ever doing something like this and none of it's scripted, so please bear with me because I'm only going to get better from here. This is actually the last part of the video that I'm recording, and this video is just a bit of a recap over some of the highlights of the past week. So there's a lot that I wanted to include but I didn't have time for, so please let me know what you'd like to see next time around, but without me waffling on for any longer, let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start off with just some background back testing. I know that our brains are all fried from watching TikTok, so I thought it'd be nice just to have something in the background so that we're not all just sat there looking at my face for 20 minutes, because I wouldn't want to do that either. So just to get things cracking, I just thought I'd talk about me and a little bit about my journey. I'm not someone that spends a lot of time in front of a camera. If you see my Instagram, you know that I don't post that regularly, and this is all a bit foreign to me. By the way, this first trade didn't go well, as you'll expect when it's on record, but it does start to pick up steam from there. So yeah, this is all a bit foreign to me, it's all a bit different, but I hope this still gives you guys some value anyway. And it's something that can at least be relatable, because as I'm going through my journey, I'm sure a lot of you guys might be going through a similar journey at the same time. So for me, just over a year ago, I started speaking to one of my friends who's done really well trading, and then he kind of brought me into it, kind of showed me the basics and became kind of a mentor figure for me for quite a while. And it worked really well, to be fair. Had a really good dynamic, and I will say one of the most important things in trading is to have someone that you can trust and someone that you can bounce back off of. The problem really comes in the fact that I'm not very good at listening necessarily. I like to do things myself, I like to do things my own way, and I like to do things at my own pace, my own schedule as well. So yeah, he still really helped me, but it then came to a point where I thought, right, let's take the seatbelt off and venture out on my own. And then for the next 6 months after taking the seatbelt off, all I did really with trading was just crash. So it didn't go too great, but I feel like it's important that I'm honest with my trading, and that I don't try and sell you guys a dream of, oh, I started trading last week and now I'm making millions of pounds. I wanted it to be real. So after that, for a little while, I kind of got a bit discouraged with trading, stopped looking into it as much, but I always knew deep down it was something that I was gonna come back to. And then as of recently, I signed up to an academy that is then starting to teach me back over the basics, but it's also starting to add a bigger community and some extra tools that I'm now using for all my trades. So one of the biggest things about the academy is the fact that there's such a large group of people in there that I frequently talk to, and that can give me advice. But there's also things like AI scanners and extra little bits in there that I'm finding really helpful just to simplify everything. So it might just be that if you're looking at trading and what's going on the screen to you is all a bit mad and you don't have a clue what's going on, then perhaps something like what I'm doing might be able to make it a little bit simpler for you. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch over to some footage that I've got of me just trading throughout the week with some of my mates with an AI scanner, talk a little bit about that and go from there. I'm going to take this as if you guys watching this have never entered a trade before. I'm sure a lot of you have, some of you probably haven't. Basically what we're looking at here is just an AI kind of scanner, just literally telling me what to do. So if you weren't aware, you can make money by the market going up and the market going down in trading. In this case, we're betting on the market going down. This is gold USD, so we're betting on gold going down compared to the dollar. So roughly when I woke up and then hopped onto the charts, I saw this pop up. So what this blue line is telling me is that at this price you want to sell, and if it reaches this price, then that means the trade's invalid. You take your loss there and then you carry on moving. So this would then be where you take some profit, and then this would be where you take the rest of the profit. So when I came online and had a little look at this, price was hovering around here, which actually means I'm getting to sell from a higher price, which then means I have more potential profit. So that's exactly what I did. I looked to sell here, and then within about 30 minutes it then reached this place here where I'm taking my first amount of profit. I'm now going to switch over and show you how that played out. Okay, so this is a little bit further into the trade. So this is after I'd then noticed a possible area where price may bounce, which is why I've drew that little grey box that price bounced off of. And then at that point I then took my profit out of that trade and then entered into another one. So that ended up being a 3% trade, or about $300, and then I then entered another long position, which is a buy at that level about 3 hours later, and that will just be at the convergence of the light grey and the dark grey box on the right hand side. So again, I'll just skip ahead a little bit and then just show you guys how that played out. So if I can find here, so this is just me showing you again the Aura's chart and just kind of showing how reliable it is. I know that in this case we didn't reach the second take profit, which would have been for a larger sum of money, but we did reach that TP1, that first take profit area. If you look at it, it is right around that area where price then decided to bounce. So I've just went back to the point of yesterday. So this was the sell that we were in. I believe this is roughly where I had the box. It might not be exact because I have deleted and redrawn my charts since then, and yeah, trying to get them back to exactly as they were would be near on impossible. But roughly this would have been where we entered, and then I believe we might have had that as a stop loss because it wasn't such a healthy RR as it's originally showing. Yeah, so I think that's a bit closer to what we'd expected. I took half of my profits out here, so I believe that was 2% there, or $200 there, and then left the rest running just to where my previous entry point was there. I could have quite easily put it at that blue line, but yeah, just felt like being a little bit safer. So that there, that trade there, I think I just held all the way through, so that ended up being about a 3% trade. Again, I think it was a little bit different originally, so $300, and then this ended up being, what did I say it was, about a half out there, so we'll say 1% there, plus 2% there, so another 3% there. And when I'm talking in terms of percentage, what that basically means is I trade on a 10k account, so for every percent that's $100. If you're not too sure about how funded accounts work, if you're new to trading, then that's something I'll explain at the end of the video. A lot of people think they can't trade if they don't have a lot of money, but with the way that prop firms work now, that's actually not true. So if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'll tell you about how you can get quite a lot of capital with not a lot of money nowadays, so that anyone really can start trading. For this portion of the video, I just wanted to talk about how important it is to have a community when it comes to trading. I think it's very easy to think that you need to have this kind of lone wolf attitude and that you can do it all on your own, but there's a portion of trading that is you know, knowing your stuff, knowing the technical analysis, or having something to point you in the right direction, like an AI scanner. I finally woke up on screen. But there is also probably the majority of it, probably 90% of trading, is just being able to keep your emotions in check and just trade the right way. So as far as that goes, I think that it's so much easier to do that when you're not on your own. When you're just thinking about things by yourself, it's so easy to get lost in what's going on, you know, in this immediate moment or what's just happened. Whereas when you talk to a group, you talk to someone else, it's like anything, then it can help you zoom out and then really see the bigger picture of what's going on. So for me, with the group I'm in, that's really helped, but for you guys it could even just be if you've got a group of friends that are all going to trade together. I just know that having some in-person meetups with some other people that are all thinking in a similar way has been absolutely massive for me as far as coming along with my trading's gone. So I'm just going to put up on screen now just a little clip of when I was at the trade house, which is another thing that's included with the academy I'm in, on a Thursday night, I believe it was, of a trade that we'd all caught together, and then a little picture of that as well that I'll put up now. So I think that ended up being about a 2% trade, but there is just something that's so cool about just making money with your boys, and just the feeling of watching that all come in, all be in the same trade, and having a community, because that's what it's all about. There's no point in the whole lone wolf attitude of, oh, I'm going to make it on my own, and then having no one to share it with. So that's something that I'm really grateful for. So that's going to be the video there. There's a lot that I've learned from making this video, so the quality should only get better from here, but I hope you found the video entertaining and got some value from it. If you guys would like to know more about trading or join me in the academy, there's actually a $50 cashback if you sign up today. If you've got any other questions about trading in general or what I do, please do let me know. I'm going to be posting these videos on a weekly basis, so let me know if you like these sit down commentary type videos, or if you'd prefer a more lifestyle focused type video, and I'll make sure to keep that in mind for the next one. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.